Good morning, Pickle Panthers. It is time for your Wake Up Wednesdays with your school counselors. This is our 5th edition, and hopefully we have more of you on here since we've been popping into your classes, everyone but 7th grade, to say hello. So wanted to kick things off, and Mr. Marcioni, one of your school counselors.
Good morning, it's Miss Truesdale.
Morning, Miss Collier.
All righty, we're going to jump right into it and start our presentation. Give me a second to share my screen here. All right, so we have our first slide as usual, and it's episode 5, Wake Up Wednesday. We're going to move right along. Okay, so as we've talked to some of you about, we are hosting a new student transfer get-together, Cookies with Your Counselor, on Wednesday from 10 a.m. We put to 11 a.m., but to whenever we decide, depending on how many students show up, we'll figure it out. But we can't go any later than 11 a.m. So please join us. This is for new students. They're transfers to Pickawaxen. They may have come from other counties or other areas within our county. And of course, if you're a student that's been here and you want to welcome and get to know our newer students, please join us. And the Zoom link will be in the email that's attached to this.
Just a reminder, 7th grade parents, immunizations are due. When the building reopens, you know, there's talk of going into phase 2, and we won't know anymore until October 13th when the board meets. But if your student is not up to date with their immunizations, they will not be allowed to enter the building. So we want to make sure that we're getting those immunization records in. We have to our nurse, Ms. Warshaw, and I have her email address there. If you can't remember it and you need to send it to Mr. Marcioni or myself, that is fine. We'll make sure that she gets them. Also, interims are coming out. They will be issued October 5th. Most teachers are cutting off their grades tomorrow because they need to finalize them to be pulled. So make sure that you're up to date with everything that needs turned in. Parents, please make sure you're checking Parent View to see the grades. They'll post interims there as well. So you want to make sure you're checking them out. This first few weeks have been a little rocky start. And now that we're getting into the swing of things, we really want to make sure that we get all caught up.
Okay, the promotion policy. We talked about this when we came into classes this week. How are you going to know whether or not you're going to be promoted to the next grade level? And this is for 6th, 7th, and 8th graders. So in order to be promoted to the next grade level, you have to pass language arts. No way around it, you have to pass. You have to pass math. And then you have to meet one of the following criteria. You have to pass science and social studies, or at least one related arts course. Or option B, pass science and at least 2 related arts, so you could pass science but fail social studies, but then pass at least 2 related arts classes, then you'd be promoted. And vice versa, you can pass social studies and 2 related arts classes but fail science and still be promoted. So that's what you need to know to be promoted to the next grade level. If you have any questions about that, feel free to email myself or Ms. Truesdale about the promotion policy.
And let's really work hard so that way we don't even have to worry about being in that predicament.
Yes, I completely 100% agree, Ms. Truesdale. The counselor survey reminder. So we talked to you all about this throughout the week. We have the counselor survey that we're asking you to please fill out. This is going to help us when we're doing our individual meeting with students. It's in the link to the email that you opened to get to this video. Please click on that link. It will take you to the survey. It'll take you less than 5 minutes to complete it. We do thank you for those students that have completed it already, but we are asking everyone to complete it. So right now we're a little over 150 students, but we'd like to get really to 450 students, which is all of our students. No? This month is Anti-Bullying Prevention Month, National Bullying Prevention Month. So all month long, we'll be doing little things about bullying. Just so you know, one of the things we're doing later in the month is Unity Day, which parents and students, you've heard about this in the past. October 21st this year is Unity Day. We're asking you to wear your orange to promote preventing bullying, promote kindness, acceptance, inclusion, As you can see, we have on our orange shirts. I have my "Sharks are cool, bullying is not cool" shirt. So please, as we go through the month, remember it's anti-bullying month, so be aware. And we actually have a presentation that Ms. Collier has put together for us that she's going to go over about bullying. So this presentation is for all 3 grade levels, 6th, 7th, and 8th. So we do want you to pay attention. And we're going to actually have this part of the presentation up in the email as a PowerPoint, so you can go back to it if you need to go refresh through it again. So Ms. Collier, I'll leave it to you.
Good morning, everyone. Yes, thank you, Mr. Marciani. I am definitely an anti-bullying advocate. Why? I was bullied in elementary school and high school. No, actually elementary school and middle school. So I feel you, I get it. So let's share some information on some helpful points and some facts about anti-bullying. What is bullying? Think about that. Some of you may think it's just talking about someone, but in a minute you'll see some of the different aspects. It's basically aggressive behavior that's repeated, an imbalance of power. But the key here is repetition. What does repetition mean? That you're doing it all the time. What are the types of bullying? Verbal and social, physical and cyberbullying. Just some facts here on the screen, something that really stood out when I first heard this. Did you guys know that 160,000 children miss school every single day in the US for fear of bullying? That's a lot. So if you're being bullied right now, you're not alone. And we'll talk about what to do later on. And another key point, second point on this, did you know that if you stop or say something or intervene, when you see someone being bullied within 10 seconds, it makes a difference.
Ms. Collier, can you explain then what a bystander is?
A bystander, for example, if you're standing in the hallway and you see Johnny bullying Sam, and you're just standing there going, that's funny, oh my God. And you say nothing, you're just a bystander. You're doing nothing. And that's not nice because it could happen to you. But just treat others as you would want to be treated. If you see somebody being bullied, say something, and we'll talk about what that means later on, or what to say and who to go to.
And we'll give you all a minute just to read through the rest of this, so Ms. Collier is not reading off every line to you. Well, 30 seconds. Okay, next slide.
Forms of bullying. Again, there are many forms, and especially this is middle school. I remember my middle school days. It was pretty bad. Taunting, putting down, ridiculing. Did you know that passing notes in the classroom behind the teacher's back, saying nasty things about your classmate, that's bullying. Saying something about someone's race, their gender, religion, the fact that they're disabled, all of those things are bullying. They're not nice. Intimidating threats. And of course, social media. Right now in this COVID shutdown environment, you guys are using your phones a lot. So bullying someone by way of a text or on social media, all of those things are bullying. Intentionally stealing someone's money and lunch and private property, in addition to shoving and pushing. So many forms.
One thing that I'll jump in for a second, Ms. Collier, is that in our school, we've seen over the years that even, yes, we have some physical bullying, but most of the time it's the rumors, spreading rumors about other students. That's a big one that happens.
Gossiping.
I think it's a middle school
yes.
thing.
Yes, absolutely. I've seen them all after teaching elementary. Oh my gosh. Where does bullying occur? Some of this you probably know if you've seen it, if you've been a bystander. The classroom, of course, the hallway or lockers, the gym, the bathroom, the school bus, and in the cafeteria, a lunchroom. So the next time you're in these places, if ever we come back together again and meet in person, just be aware. You'll see it.
I don't want you to fret, guys. We're still hoping that it's going to be by December. We'll be back in the building. And phase 2, hopefully sooner than that.
Why students bully? Some of this you may know, you guys. It's because of anger or aggression in the family. That's something they've learned from their parents or another sibling. Maybe you have a sibling that's a bully and you don't realize it, or you know it already. There's physical punishment in the home. You know other students that bully, so you want to join that group. Some students bully for attention and control, power. I'm the cool kid, I'm the big kid. I want everybody, to respect me and follow me. In some instances, lack of rules. Many schools, probably not pickle waxing, but I've seen many, don't enforce the rules for bullying, and there are no consequences. So students keep repeating that behavior. There's poor supervision in the classroom. Some of the class sizes, I've been in classes where the class size was 40 students. So if you have all this disruption, that can be one. Social aggression. And did you guys know that TV and video games, especially video games with all of the violence, all of those things can ignite a person to bully, and they can affect you psychologically. And lastly, parents that are not involved. Perhaps there's no warmth in the home, no love. So there are many different reasons as to why students bully. So if you see it, you'll know it. Signs, this is a good one. Your teacher and parents, counselors will probably be aware of this, but you can as well. There are signs to know when a student or a child is being bullied. There are unexplained injuries. I've seen this a lot. Loss of personal items, books, cell phone, jewelry, stealing someone's lunch money, change in eating habits. A student or a child may not want to eat anymore, can't sleep, declining grades, loss of interest in schoolwork, not wanting to go to school. That's a big one, not wanting to go to school. And when you're in person, if you have a nurse at the school, you're going to the nurse constantly just to be going to the nurse because you don't want to go back to the classroom. A sudden loss of friends, you want to avoid any type of social environment. You don't want to play with anyone anymore. And then lastly, self-destructive behavior, which I'm hoping no one's ever involved in. You run away from home, I've seen that, or you try to harm yourself, or you talk about suicide. All of those things, and there are resources for all of these things that we'll see in a minute. Here are the 5 myths. I really like these because people think that the victims of bullying cause it. They're weak, they're losers, they're not assertive. That's a myth, that's not a fact. Or they did something to deserve the bullying. They overact, or they need to toughen up. You're too weak. And another one, and this is being told to the students by others or whoever, friends in your group, that you need to retaliate against the bullies. Parents may say, fight back, don't take it, beat them up. Focus, walk away, avoid it. Take some self-defense classes, take some karate. So all of those are myths about bullying. And lastly, the number one, whether in person, we're in this virtual environment now, number one, students, I can't stress enough. You see something, please say something. I know you've heard that. You see it in the classroom, someone passing up mean notes, someone saying something mean, just say something privately to your teacher. That would be your first contact. Your teacher, your school psychologist, a parent, or another adult, definitely your counselor. But the key is not to just be a bystander, because if it happens to you one day, you may wish that someone said something. And some of the other information is just depending on the severity of the bullying. Call 911, perhaps if you're in a home, you really see somebody being beat up or something like that. And the website are just other resources and information for bullying and what to do. And there's a national suicide line as well. But your first defense is to tell an adult. And don't feel like, and another myth is, if you tell, you're a snitch. No, because if you don't tell and that person, something bad happens to that person, you'll regret it and you'll carry that guilt. So please, if you see something, say something. And lastly, let's reverse that. Don't bully, be a friend. You guys heard about the meeting, whoever's new to the school. If you know someone's new, you haven't seen them, go up to them. Hi, my name is, I haven't seen you. Where are you from? Just be a friend, not a bully.
One thing I like to say, Ms. Collier, is I know with right now, with everyone doing this online and virtual, it's probably a lot more possible cyberbullying going on. And like you
Yes.
said, don't retaliate, because retaliating is not going to do any good. It's just going to put you might get in trouble. If you retaliate, you might be the one that gets in trouble for it. So please,
Absolutely.
reach out to a parent, reach out to us as your counselors. You know how to get in touch with us. Ms. Truzel and I, Ms. Collier, have been pushing all week about our office hours, how to get in touch with us. Please reach out. So.
Yes, absolutely. And it's private, you know, you can do it privately, just so you won't be, don't be afraid of being called a snitch. Just help, think of it as helping someone.
And also, if there's a way that we don't have to put your name in it, we won't. So
Right.
just because you're talking to us about it doesn't mean we're going to get directly involved, depending on the situation. I can't say that for every situation, but we don't want you to feel like we're going to put you out there right away. We don't do that. So.
Absolutely. Absolutely. There's a sense of confidentiality.
Ms. Truzel, as a parent and as a counselor, anything you want to add, or does she cover everything?
I think she covered it all. The cyberbullying is the biggest one. It's one that I have seen affect my own home quite a few times. I call them keyboard warriors, where they hide behind a screen and can type anything. And it's not something they would say to someone's face. So you got to be very mindful of what you're putting in writing.
Okay, we have just, now that we've talked about bullying, we're switching gears for a second. We have the Center for Abused Persons essay contest, which we posted the last Wake Up Wednesday. Again, the applications are due by October 2nd, and today's Wednesday, and Wednesday the 30th, so they got a couple of days left. So if you want to do this, we put out the link. We'll put the link again in the email. So again, get on there. I know I had a couple students reach out after our last presentation that are going to do it. So we hope that you guys do it, and we hope you win. Oh, and here's a closer up view of everything we just looked at. So, and there's a link on the Center for Abused Persons page. You click on that link and it takes you to it's a form, kind of similar to the survey form that we're asking you to fill out for us. Similar form to use to put that information in.
Lastly, we also, October is anti-bullying month, but it's also breast cancer awareness month. And we know many of our families have been affected by this in the community. So most of us hold it very near and dear to our hearts. And so I wanted to share this. The Sisters at Heart is a community that is doing their 15th annual breast cancer virtual, since of COVID, it's virtual fitness awareness walk that really helps anyone in our community. So I wanted to make sure that I let you guys know of a great opportunity to be able to help out our community from October 17th to the 24th. So if you're interested, there's the information to be able to help support our community.
Oh, it's that time, I guess. It's birthday time. This week we are only celebrating the birthdays for the end of September, and we will do the birthdays for the beginning of October next week. So happy birthday to Anthony, Teresa, Kaya, Landon, and Carly.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. And now it's really that time.
It's our favorite time.
All right, let's see how we do this week. It's now time for the Pick or Pledge.
For the Pick or Pledge.
With my words
and actions, I pledge to be respectful, responsible, safe, and proud. And remember, you can hide that Pick or Pride. That was much better than last week. I'm going to stop sharing for a moment here.
Reminder, join us at 10 a.m. for Cookies with the Counselors, meet the new students.
I'm going to bring chocolate chip cookies, Ms. Truzel. What are you bringing?
I don't even know yet, okay? I got to see what's in the pantry.
You're going to have some folks in person eating them?
Oh, yeah.
And if you don't have cookies, you can bring healthy things. So that's fine too, as long as you come. Everyone have a great day. We hope that we have more of you that sign on, and we're asking you all to continue the video to watch this every week. Have a good one. Have a good week.
Bye.